Well, first, it's great to see this turnout. I wish that I can see this in other states that we've been to, like Michigan, Illinois, places where they're all masked up. We try to rally people around and nobody shows up, and then they're pissed off because they have mask mandates, right? So it's like, oh my God, I gotta get the shot for work. Okay, well, we're having a rally. Are you pissed off yet? 5 people show up. So don't bitch. You're mad about mask mandates and vaccines and you're not showing up. So this is great. Also, it's so great to see 2 badass female patriots kill it on stage today and fighting for this fucking country. I love when there's something about like a female badass, you know, patriot. It's completely lost on me though. I don't know. I was looking for Chad. So for those that don't know, I'm on TikTok and also Instagram. So I've kind of spread over some social media platforms, originally known for my comedic take on this pandemic. The frustration, the bullshit, making the clowns come to center stage, if you will. JoJo and Cammy and Nancy. Dance. Hey, Nancy. Nancy! And I got my slay girl right here. Look, every time she duets a video, she goes, slay, slay. Work, bitch. I always looked at politics in a different way. So, I grew up in the Midwest. My parents were immigrants. They came here from Italy. And when they came here, they said, what do I have to do to become an American citizen? I want the freedom that everybody in America has, because we don't have the same in Italy. And my grandfather came here, brought his kids, brought his wife, brought half the town with him, because if you go there, it just looks like ruins now. But they came here and they built a life off of American freedom. The right way, you know? Because if you go to another country and you try to invade another country, they'll kill you. We just let them in and give them everything. It's funny how that works. But I always looked at politics in a little bit of a different way, because it's like, people can watch the news, they can listen to people speak, and they hear all of this jargon, right? They hear all of these like laws and bills and Section 28 and so, you know, all this crap. And the average American doesn't really grasp it. They don't care. You know, they see Brett Baer saying all this great stuff on TV and they're like, but what does it mean? And I don't want to read anything. So I always looked at it as, how am I going to make this guy seem like a complete asshole? Joe Biden, current administration. I've called out Trump people too. I think only like Giuliani and weird people, but. So I took a comedic stance at calling them out for their BS. I do it in public too to people. People are like, well, how can you take a stand? You know, I'm scared to speak out, I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that. Well, you can do it in your own way. So when I go to the grocery store and I look at this, you know, there's usually a windshield in front of you, and then you have the card machine that's got one plastic on it. This lady's got another head unit on her. She's got 4 masks on. So I walk up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Miss, I just want to purchase some stuff. What the fuck is this? And she looks at me and she's like, what do you mean? Well, you got a windshield, you got head unit, Dawn dish gloves. What are we doing here? And then I look at the person behind me, I'm like, this is science. This is fucking science. Dawn dish gloves. And a head unit. And then everybody in line, they're like, fucking that's right. I'm like, hello, does anybody see what's going on here? And my partner, Jim, is more quiet, right? And I turned around, I'm like, is it me? There's gotta be like a fucking dome over this place or something. What does it mean? So I've gotten people actually in stores to literally take off their masks while they're standing in line. And they're like, you're absolutely right. This is weird. Right, it is weird. And then I walk into Target and the lady's, spraying down my cart. I'm like, hey, relax. It's not a big deal. It's a cart. I have natural immunity. I mean, my mom smoked cigarettes in the front seat in 1985 in her Buick, and I'm still fucking here. Right? The long ones, the 100s, right? Marbleized 100s. Yeah, Virginia Slims. So, this year I started taking a little bit of a different turn because we were going to all these different places, right? These blue states. And we wanted to help them, A lot of us left California, Illinois, all these places that it was just, we just had to leave. I tried. Then they bitch and moan, they don't do anything about it. So I went to the beautiful state of Florida. People were like, Daddy DeSantis. The one thing that I noticed, and Tex and I had talked about this, I was like, yeah, a lot more people in Texas are wearing masks, but the difference is when you have a governor like DeSantis that backs his people, we don't give a fuck when we walk into a store and somebody tells us to put a mask on. Yeah. Because we have the backing of our governor that's gonna be like, no, he's right, leave him alone. Whereas I haven't even seen Abbott. Have you seen?
Can you imagine him behind you right now?
Abbott? Where is he?
You gotta look down.
Yeah. I don't know. I see DeSantis. Maybe it's because I live in Florida, but I see DeSantis on TV all the time, right? He's calling out the media. He's calling people out. Like, where were you for a week? He's like, I don't know if you heard, my wife has cancer. Like, I was helping, I was doing things, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. He calls them out. That's what we need to do. We need to call people out when we see it. You need to call out that cashier. I know it's not her fault. I'm not saying to yell at her or give her a hard time. Open her eyes that day. Open the guy behind the deli counter's eyes that day. The guy on an airplane. When you're crammed before you get onto an airplane, when you're all crammed like this, and then you get on the plane and you sit next to each other. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you and then you got all these Karen warriors now, and you gave them power to yell at everybody for not wearing a mask. So this year I took a different turn where I said, how can I stand with fellow red states and make them stronger? Because you're better in numbers, right? So we need to overturn things and win seat backs and talk to people and change people's minds. I said, I'm going to show my support for other states like Texas. Chad, where is Chad?
Over there.
God, I made a shirt for you and everything, and you're not even here. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. Hi.
He's sitting down like Abbott.
You what?
He's sitting down like Abbott.
He's sitting down like he crossed his legs. Beta male, love those. Classic beta male. Honey, do you want me to put 4 masks on today? Did you want me to get the booster? Ooh, the government. I love when Brandon tells me to put a mask. Fuck me. They have these. Are there kids? I'm sorry.
No, it's 21 and up.
21 and up.
21 and up.
They have these Fauci candles. Have you seen these? They got the Jesus Christ candles or the Santa Guadalupe and all those candles and stuff, right? They got Santa Fauci. What?
Stop lying.
What's lying?
You.
Why am I lying?
Ed doesn't lie.
No. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Well, we're the cult though because we liked a president that liked the United States of America and fucking kicked the ass.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Love you, coach. Love you, baby. So point is what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I continue to open people's eyes. I do it in a comedic way. I do it in my way, and that's okay. Everybody has a place. Everyone has a place. Nobody needs to be a social media, influencer. Nobody has to be like this great, have to put this content out. But when you're supporting and you heard two amazing ladies and you heard Tex, two ladies and Tex, walk into a bar. When you hear these, when you hear what they stand for and what they're doing, every single one of you have a place in this country to save it because this is not what my parents came here for. And they say it, they're like, this is worse than communism almost. I mean, this is like, and the fact that people can be complacent and they don't mind, Americans hate to be inconvenienced, right? They're like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna get the shot. And then cry about it for 6 days. But you got the shot. Why are you crying about it? Well, and we don't know that yet.
What's a little myocarditis?
So take a stand, come together as a community. You don't have to be from Florida to back Florida. You don't have to be from Texas to back Texas. You can back your fellow Americans. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm in Texas, because I believe in Texans. And I know that Greg Abbott, he ain't fucking it, bro. Chad's it. Made a shirt for you. Can you even hear me? Is he outside or something? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally fucking with him.
He's sitting down right there.
I-
No, just pass it over.
I even bought boots for Texas. What was it? Thank you.
Wrong gender.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Only women hit on me. Well, this is different. We'll talk later. I got you.
Look at his hair. What's the difference?
Yeah. So the next time you see somebody doing something really fucking weird, just remind them how weird it is. Okay? And if you have to, give them an ant tap.
On the forehead.
No, but seriously, Texas, thank you so much for having us out here. Thank you for having me out here. I will continue to do what I have to do to make sure Florida stays red and make sure Texas stays red. And I enjoy South Dakota too. I love Nome. She's like a female DeSantis. Smoking hot. Wasted on me. Again, thanks guys. Thanks for having me out. Thank you.